pictures. So the Moving Image Archive, this whole space, we share with the Black Film Center Archive, and we'll go in there in a minute, as well as the Moving Image Archive, and we'll just go in there and they can briefly tell you a little bit about what they do. Because they're in meetings, I want to take you in there first because they said they had other commitments, and I wanted you to be able to learn a little bit about what they do. So we'll head over to this space first, and then we'll come back for a more.
I'll join you there.
Okay.
Dance is Korean, but the dancer is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have,
We have a quiet, it's a semi-quiet study space. We just say hushed tones because people are going to talk. But we don't have food because the smell is down here. It's so small down here, so we don't allow food, but we will allow covered drinks down here. So we have one classroom is located here, and faculty can reserve through the Bursar's office or through the Black Film Center Archive. This is one classroom here, and I'll show you their IU Cinema Studies media room that we were just built as well. So yeah, you can take a look at the classroom there, and it's good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
블랙 컬처 센터에
예.
프로젝트인가 봐요.
So this is University in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, great.
Where she came from.
Oh, yeah. IU alum, right, too?
Was established at IU in 1981, and then moved into this facility in 2010. And so this space was something that we never had before, and it allows us to host classes here, especially film classes that are making use of our archival materials, and also to display items from our collections that connect to the coursework that's being taught in here. So we have up right now a selection of posters from two collections that we have here of African film posters. And Akina Deshakan was just this past semester teaching a course in African cinema in here. And so he was one of the professors who was selected last year for the primary source immersion program that's being hosted by IU Libraries for encouraging professors to make use in their coursework of primary source materials held in archival collections across campus. So this was a great occasion for exploring that with him. And I think in this upcoming cycle of the primary source immersion workshop, we'll be working with Phoebe Wolfskill, who's an art historian who teaches within the Department of African American and African Diaspora Studies. And so I don't know too much yet about what she has planned for us, but it'll be exciting to work with her on that. And then as for the technology in here...
Yeah, we used the Creston, so you might want to come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the technology in this room is set up by Classroom Technology Services for us, so that we have their support in maintaining it. And what we've added, just to be sure that we can make use of it for our own screenings and for encouraging professors to teach from our collection, we have a VHS deck that can show PAL or NTSC. And that's a rarity to find on campus right now, especially installed permanently in a classroom. And then an all-region DVD and Blu-ray player, which also allows us in our purchasing to buy titles internationally that aren't available in the U.S. market. And then we have two projection methods. So we have this plasma screen here, and then above it is a drop-down screen for digital projection from the center of the room.
That's good.
Your Creston is set up the same way as ours. Is that?
I think so, yeah. It's the touchscreen panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can cycle through it if that would be useful. Oh, okay.
Do you
It's-
currently have a way to provide, in your classrooms, is there technology set up to allow students to watch lectures or?
very
the internet?
very
Very limited at this time.
Okay, so this allows for any student or faculty member to make use of the system here and log into the computer or connect their own laptop.
I see.
So to start, you can select from projector or plasma display.
Mm-hmm. You
and
can
then
choose it, okay.
Yeah, it takes a little time to warm up. If you want to step forward, I can bring the screen down. Let's see. Yeah, so this is very nice to have just right on site here. More recently, though, we've been partnering with the IU Library's Moving Image Archive for screenings that are held here in Wells Library. Because I don't know if you've gotten to see it yet on your tour, but
Not yet, this
oh.
is our first stop, because you had a meeting.
Oh, yeah, oh, thanks.
So we'll go over there.
Yeah, so the screening room over there is really state-of-the-art. Worked out terrific for us. It's much more affordable than the kind of like photo stand with a digital back camera that can run $50,000 and up. This we got for $12,000, and it's been really gentle on even delicate print materials. So our archivist Rhonda Sewald has been using this to scan our poster collections,
Poster collection.
and also we have
So resolution is very high, right? This one?
600 DPI.
600? Wow.
And so for a large format poster, that's higher than you really need even for
yeah.
print quality.
Yeah.
Fame, which included materials from Phil Moore, who was a jazz musician, classical musician, composer, and arranger. And so we have lots of this larger format sheet music and handwritten arrangements that it's too large for our flatbed scan. Set this area up just last summer, or at least set it up in the current orientation. But so we have two flatbed scanners, the large format Epson, and then I guess that's an Epson too. But the smaller one is also able to do transparency scans from negatives and slides. And then we have a workbench here for motion picture film materials. And we'll be doing more work with our film collection coming up soon as part of the Media Digitization and Preservation Initiative, which is just beginning to enter its next phase. But Rhonda's been working with them for the past few years already to digitize our magnetic media and disc-based media.
The photo is also 600 DPI or?
This one I'm scanning at 600 DPI.
DPI.
The minimum recommended
Minimum.
resolution by our image preservation unit on campus is 4,000 pixels on the longest side. So we adjust the DPI to make sure we hit that benchmark.
What program do you use? It looks like Adobe,
It's a combination of Photoshop and
Photoshop, and
this other one is Silverfast AI, which has a lot of really great.
Silverfast.
Yeah. So this one has like a lot of really great color
okay.
calibration.
This one is also from Adobe, Silver. I think never saw that one.
AI Studio. It's a German company, I believe.
German company.
Yeah.
The silver light is the one.
Here. So everything in here is movable. We can move the tables and chairs out and store them for theater seating, or we can do classroom setups in here. We have a podium at the front of the room that's hiding right now behind that closet. And it's all set up with Crestron touchscreens, as well as a PC, and we have a Blu-ray player.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the projection booth, we have two 16mm projectors, so we project actual film in here, along with a 2K digital cinema Barco projector. And we can do legacy formats such as VHS tapes, U-matic tapes, laser discs, and then we show a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs in here.
Wow.
And we have the ability to make and show DCPs as well. So we can do a lot with this space.
Yeah.
Can we see it, viewers? And then we have all of our
Ooh.
technology.
I know.
Yeah.
Media rack
Yeah.
that controls everything. So yeah, we could do lots of varied formats and lights. The curtains, everything's controlled by this little Crestron screen up here. It's all kind of tied in together.
Wow.
Do you have any questions? It's a lot.
This is amazing.
And one is an IU alum, and one has also been here before, so.
Okay.
This is
So you
on
guys
the-
are looking to build a
Yeah.
We can put you in touch with our vendor. The vendor who built this booth.
In media services, there's a lot happening and going on down
Wow.
there, which is marvelous.
I never realized that we have this kind of things.
Yeah.
Inside of
Inside the library, you wouldn't guess that, would you?
I
Professors from Charter University in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hi, very nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. Did they have a tour of the screening room?
Yes, Jamie
Okay.
just showed us the
Okay.
screening room.
yeah, we were amazed.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. And you want a tour here? Or
Yeah, just to
Just to bring
talk
it
about what
Mhm.
what you're doing here.
yeah, we have a film archive, film and video. It's a movie and image archive. I can show you the workspace if you want. We have 2 screening rooms for individual researchers. People who also want to take old video formats and see them or digitize them, as is going on right now. We also have a flatbed viewer in here for 16 and 35mm film. I could open that up when we grab the keys. We're only 8 years old as an archive, but we've been very fortunate we have a new space. And we have a second. viewer in here too. This is the main one we use, the debris. It's new, it's for 16 and 35mm film. It does, it's really great for archival film. We have a second one here that's great also. But for individual researchers who come in just to watch film, and a lot of our students and faculty use these rooms. So we have nice new rooms in addition to the screening room. And then they're also very fortunate. 12 to 14 students that work with us all the time. And we're part of a mass digitization of film that's going on
여기도
on
똑같아요.
campus. We're doing about
이 아날로그
12,500
필름들을
hours of digitizing film right now in 3 years. So we have space to do that, space to inspect, and all the equipment to do so. So we're in great shape. And what university?
I never saw this one.
Yes. Stay for class use only, so we'll do something as a small group. This is Nikolai Klein. He's, among other things, scholarly librarian, scholarly services librarian, and the librarian for
You
media
look
studies.
like a
And
scholar.
these are our visiting professors from Charter University in Charlotte, North Carolina. So he's very organic, and
Yeah.
he has beautiful plants.
That's very unique decoration.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
스위치.
So we're one of the largest employers on the IU campus for student hours.
Or where's library professors?
Yeah, well, you know, we have like the chemistry library, we have the business via library, we have about 12 campus libraries just on this campus alone. Fine arts. We use the Creston system here through information technologies, which should bring up the screen.
Yeah.
If you look here, we also have gaming consoles.
게이밍, okay.
Yeah, like Atari, Genesis, so they've set it up where the students can play games in here as well.
And then I think the audio system is there. What is it?
This Well, that's part of the Creston system, like Brian in the Black Film Center Archive is set up. But over here, we have the Blu-ray machine.
Oh, yeah.
We have the
Mhm.
video cassette player that, can you see that over here? Mm-hmm. So we have all of that down there, and we tell students, don't touch anything. You know, come to us if something's not working. So that's our 4 rooms, and they did all the setup for us. I'm collecting board games and video games because we feel like that is a format that is also good for logical skills and analytical skills. So we have that collection here. All of this is our foreign language collection. These items circulate to all Indiana residents, not just teaching faculty or students. And we allow these to go out for 7 days, but they can go online and renew another 7 days if they need to. Our board games stay in-house because there's so many pieces to deliver the videos through campus mail to them, as long as it's in the IU system. And it goes to students for 3 days because we really want them to bring it back in case it's needed for class. We have a very small religious studies collection, which is right here, but most of it is based on faculty sending us a request, like a specific title, or if I'll go to conferences and see religious study films that may be of interest, I will go ahead and purchase that. But this is kind of our very small, the B's is our religious studies collection. We also have a very small collection of foreign languages, but we just subscribe to Rosetta Stone, so this is kind of obsolete a little bit. So students have access to the Rosetta Stone questions you have about that, okay?
Okay, great.
So please take them all.
Thank you.
And these are sort of our maker space buttons that we...
Down a person. You're down a person.
Oh, yeah, my wife. Just in this video.
Nice.
There are many friends. Good enough, yeah, sure. Great.
Yes.
half forgotten them. Good.
So, I was actually just looking at your website
Oh, yeah.
to find out more about you.
Yeah.
Is it okay? No, it's kind
Yes,
of-
oh yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a little warm today. Yes. So, when you got in yesterday, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, last night.
Mhm. So, how long has Chun University been in existence? When was it founded?
Yeah, actually, we got the permission from the state government in 2014,
Okay.
and then we recruited student from the 2016. We just opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, we are going to emphasize on some Christian music.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So-
I saw that.
So
Music scores.
Mm-hmm.
We work with several companies. One in the U.S. is called Theodore Front. They're
Oh,
based in California.
Yep, California, and I saw the branch in Pennsylvania. Somewhere.
Oh, that's Theodore Presser.
Yeah,
I think-
Presser.
yeah, Theodore Presser,
Theodore
which is a publisher.
Yes, that's a
Right.
publisher. Okay.
But Theodore Front is the vendor, and they're
Uh-huh.
located in the Los Angeles,
Los Angeles.
area.
Mhm.
And then in Europe, we work a lot with Harasovitz. I don't know if you've heard of Otto Harasovitz. They're a German company. And they supply materials from all over Europe and send those materials to us.
How to spell the name?
I can, and I can give you this information, but it's Harrassowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
German.
Yes, it's a German company.
And what was the Yankee what?
Peddler.
Book Peddler.
Yankee.
Yes.
Yankee book peddler.
Yes.
It's American.
Yes. An American company.
Mhm.
Okay. We are concentrate to the biblical and sacred music.
Yes.
In that case, which vendor is more reasonable?
Well, either one I think would be good and would be able to work with you. So I tend to, it depends in part on where the material is published.
Mhm.
So if it's an American publisher, then I probably would use Theodore Front most of the time. If it was something from Europe, I probably use Harasovitz, although Theodore Front can also supply materials from Europe as well.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do that.
Mhm.
Are you okay? So when you say Christian music, are you thinking about the classical music tradition?
Yeah, we
People like Bach, Handel.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, either one of those vendors would work. And if you want to work primarily with an American vendor, Theodore Front is very good. So, yeah, and I'm happy to put you in touch with them if you want to talk with them. If you don't mind my asking, do you have an idea of what your budget would be for expenditures?
We have no idea.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, what is your budget for this school?
I guess I can say this. It's about $325,000 a year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's a lot of money.
So lots of money.
Yes, yeah.
32만 원.
But I mean, again, it's
If if
given
we,
how big a school we serve,
Yeah.
it makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah.
if we are making a library,
hmm
the collection, which one is the priority first? The reference book?
I'm sorry. Say that.
If you collect the music books in
Yes.
our library,
Mhm.
which one is the priority, the most important books for in the beginning?
Oh, I see. Well, okay. So I think you would want to have some reference books.
Reference books.
Okay.
But now it's a reference. So many the encyclopedia, for
Mhm.
example, global dictionaries. Now it's online like
That's right.
that. So
So you could So you could have that as strictly online if you
Mhm.
wanted to do that, and yeah, I mean you would want to have a mix of online materials,
Mhm.
and then for scores you would probably
Mhm.
want to have printed music.
printed music.
And
Yes.
printed music is still preferred by many people.
Right.
There are some efforts at digital publishing for music, but that's going very slowly. And in my experience, most students and faculty still prefer to use printed music.
Right. So we have to contact the Yankee Peddler.
Yankee Book Peddler.
Peddler.
Well, okay, now for Grove,
Mm.
that's one where you could probably contact the publisher directly. So that's published by Oxford University Press.
Oh yeah, this very famous. Yeah.
Yes. So they have.
For the library, they have a kind of a discount.
Well, yes. So they have usually different levels of pricing.
Mm-hmm.
It usually depends on the size of the institution, so how many students you have,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can adjust the price accordingly. So you would probably pay much less than we pay for it.
Okay.
I actually don't know how much we pay for it because it's handled by the library administration.
Mm-hmm.
And electronic databases, that's also something where you often can negotiate the price.
Raise price.
You can explain to them that, you have these budget constraints and that, you can only pay so much. And, that they will generally be willing to work with you
Mhm.
for things like that. Let me see if they have a contact person.
I usually purchase the book from the publisher.
Mhm.
They give the rate is different. Sometimes a 40% discount
Okay.
Yeah, 20% like that.
Right.
The library is the same.
The library does get a discount. For us, with Yankee Book Peddler, I think we get about an 18%
18%.
discount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And again, you can draw up a contract with them, and that will be one of the things that you would have to come to an agreement on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can. Yeah, so, okay. So I can send you this information if you like, but this is the Grove Music Online, and it has information on institutional subscriptions. So it says prices are based on the size and type of institution,
Mm-hmm.
with unlimited and concurrent user licenses available.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also set up a trial for usually for 30 days if you want to see ahead of time, how it works and how usable it is and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
We really do not have any idea how to set up the library. If you are in our position, how can you approach to build?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. Well, so first of all, do you have a space? Do you have a
We have
building?
space.
Okay, for it? Okay. I think probably I would try to find out what the needs are of students and faculty. What are the most immediate needs? What are the most pressing needs? And start with that. And then I would say, year by year, try to add things to the collection. Of course, it will depend a lot on what your budget is, how much money you have to spend. So, I mean, it will, of course, take time to build a library.
Yeah.
If you have a librarian, it's kind of requirement, a library. How many librarians or assistants and employees? Some guidelines.
Well, again, it will depend. It's hard to give a precise answer.
Yeah, I think so. We have a space, kind of, maybe 1,500 square feet.
Okay.
Maybe we start with that space.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have many rooms, but the biggest rooms is 1,500 or 2,000 square feet, like that.
Okay.
Maybe we can use that one as a library.
Yes. Okay.
That is now is our size, we think.
Well, I think one thing that you could do in terms of personnel, you might start by just hiring one librarian.
One library.
And then have some student assistants
Student assistant.
to help that person with the day-to-day operations of the library. I think that would probably be the best way to start.
And then one more thing is that it's a program. It's a computer program, checking our circulation program or database.
Yes.
Which company's program or if I use that kind of program, so I have to contact to where.
Right,
So-
yeah, that would be another expense.
Mhm.
So there are several that are out there. We use what's called Cersei Dynex.
Cersei.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so they have, it's, I can show you if you want to take a look. So it's not visible to the public. It's only
Mhm.
for employees to
Oh,
see.
papers, yeah, that program.
Okay, but it has information on, it will tell you if an item is checked out,
Mhm.
if a book is on order, what the purchase order is.
Mhm.
You can run reports in it of various kinds. So there are lots of there's lots of information, but it's you know it's behind the scenes. It's
Mhm.
not for the public to see.
Yeah.
Then we also, of course, have an online catalog
Mhm. Online catalog.
in
Yeah.
which you can also look up materials. So you can do that as well.
So you purchased the kind of program, or you made the program? with the-
So, now I don't work with this as much as some other people. You met Chuck Peters last night,
Yeah,
right?
last
So he works with the online catalog a lot.
Yeah, Peter.
But there's a program for running the online catalog, and then there's a software program on top of that that's called Blacklight, and that
Blacklight.
helps with helping us to make the searches more sophisticated, more give you more options in searching, so that it's easier to find things in the online catalog.
Yes. And cataloging also possible in the.
Right. So so the way the cataloging works, that's done through workflows.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's done behind the scenes, and then it will display in the online catalog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If we hire one librarian who can deal with cataloging, circulation, everything as full time, what's the reasonable
Payment? Salary?
price?
Salary?
Yeah. The normal.
Yes. What is normal?
Generally.
In general.
It would vary, I think, maybe 40,000 a year.
40,000
for
a
a
year.
starting salary.
Mhm. Usually, library working Monday through
Monday through Friday.
Monday
Yeah,
to Friday.
Yeah, 40-hour work week.
yeah,
40
40
Yeah.
hours. Usually 96, 95 like that.
Right. Yeah, or 8 to 5. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you have people who involved in technology who can construct websites for you, or do you have anything?
We are not professional person. We don't have it now.
Okay.
So we have to hire but not professional. Just now is I'm administrate our website. And,
Okay.
I can make some simple things, simple
Okay.
database.
Okay. Okay.
If we need consultant during our setup, if we ask somebody to come and do those things, how much do we have to pay?
To pay them?
Mm.
That I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know what kind of salary those people make.
Somebody said to me, American Music Library Association.
Yes.
Yeah. They said to me, please ask them. They give us some information, they said.
Well, I don't know if they could help much with that. Yes, there is a Music Library Association here in the United States, which I remember. All the librarians in this music library are members and involved. I don't know how much guidance they could provide for something like that. It sounds to me, I mean, there's obviously a lot of things that you would like to do. It sounds like you might want to think about how much money you have to spend, and then what sort of priorities that you want to set. I mean, if you start with a small collection of books, which, I mean, you don't have anything right now, right? You're just starting. So in that case, then you wouldn't need an online catalog for a while. I think you could, you just had a list of the library, that would be sufficient for a while.
Yeah.
And then we just started. So now is we just started with online or digital cataloging system, not physical system.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Right. So
Yeah, if you maintained something like an Excel database or
Okay.
some other kind of database with a list of your titles.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, for a while that would be probably
That will be
more than
okay.
enough. Yeah.
Okay, I think. All right. Because we have a small library, so
Right.
not big size. The software.
Right now, we are doubting that they got online service, set up online service and open up. How many people can use that? Yes, we don't.
And online.
Yeah, I mean, in our school,
Mhm.
I don't think there will be not so many people using that kind of system.
Mhm. Well, do you mean?
I mean, if we spend money to set up online access, it may stay there without using that
Right. Right.
for a while.
Yeah.
So it's just based on that. So like your suggestion, we can delay the online service
Yes.
for a while,
I think so.
but
Yeah.
we really need
Mhm.
to open up to the student.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have students or faculty come
Yes,
to you and
yeah.
said, "Here are the things we need"? Have they? What have they said? They feel is the biggest priority.
Right now, we are using our own library.
Okay.
We have
Your
our own book.
copies. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we use that.
Okay.
And teach with those materials. We really do not rely on library system. But in the future, we may need it. We
Right.
really need it. But we have to set up to pass the accreditation.
Yes.
That's
Do you have any experience with processing accreditation?
I do, actually. So you mean the National Association of Schools of Music? Is that what you mean?
Not that one. Now is eventually we will do that. But now is our goal is that we chose the organization of accreditation. Name is TRAC, because our school is kind of a Bible college level.
Okay.
Yeah, so that organization is mostly the seminary and then Bible college.
Okay.
Yeah, some religious music school.
Right.
They joined that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll try that one.
Okay.
But I read the guideline, but not specific guidelines there. They just interested in some financial, the budget, how to
Okay.
get the finance, like
Mhm.
the interest in that one.
Okay.
And then another one is what kind of program do you start with the library?
Mhm.
So that is kind of questions. So library, for me, it's a very traditional. The conception, just a book, and then provide some information to the students.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they said the program involved the library. So do you have any programs for the students? The library own programs?
Okay, well, I don't know, what do they mean by program? I'm not sure what.
Library is sometimes for the students,
Yes.
kind of, for example, computer training programs.
Oh, I see, okay. Do you mean how to use the library?
How to use the library,
Okay.
how to effectively, yeah,
Yes, okay.
like the
Okay. Right, so that's often called library instruction.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done that some in the past. And Misty Shaw, who brought you up here, she works on that a lot more than I do. So that kind of training typically involves teaching students how to use the online catalog to find materials,
Mm-hmm.
and then how to use databases such as Grove Dictionary of Music.
Mm-hmm.
There are also some online databases that provide indexing and abstracts of articles
Mm-hmm.
on music, so teaching them how to use that. How to use some scholarly editions of music, things like that. So it's a sort of training program for how to get the most out of the library, how to use the library to its greatest potential. I think that's what they're talking about. And that would be something the librarian could do
Mm-hmm.
as part of their work. Yeah, so the report I wrote for accreditation, I used to work at Ball State University, which is in Muncie, Indiana. It's about a couple hours north of here.
Mm-hmm.
So they went up for re-accreditation with the National Association of Schools of Music.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to write a report about the library and what resources we have to help the students.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we did that.
That is the kind of accreditation organization.
Yes.
Oh, I never know that.
Oh, okay.
Can
Yeah.
you give a good information?
So yeah, but it sounds like for now you're not working with them.
No.
You're working with this other one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I think that's good because again, of course, it takes time to build a music program.
Yeah, because our music program is kind of limited. It's kind of the Christian music.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Anyhow, I will check the what is it? The music school of music association. Organization.
The organization, the National Association of Schools of Music.
National Association
Yeah.
of
It's often called
School
NASA,
of Music.
National
NASM.
Association of Schools
Okay.
of Music.
Okay.
Well, we'll contact with you in the process. Whenever we have questions, we'll just call you.
Yes, yeah, let me give you my card.
Oh yes, please.
And yeah, I'd be happy to help if future.
주시죠.
예.
그건 잘 써먹는데.
이게
네, 그러니까.
그럼요.
한 박혔습니다.